Writing for the month has been, as you can tell, not great, not even good, really. Just because like I said, I do have another job that I do work full-time. It's technically a part-time gig, but I work full-time anyways. And I go to it almost every day of the week. With that being said, this whole month of February, they kept calling me in and I was working some pretty long shifts. I'm talking like 10 to 16 hour shifts, which is great for me because it's extra money, but I also get to hang out at a place I really, really love. And I also get to do a bunch of things that I really love doing. However, it obviously didn't help me when it came to writing. I work a lot of night shifts, obviously, but I did work a few morning shifts to cover up for my supervisor who was gone. So I worked a few morning shifts, and then when I got home, I was exhausted because the night before I had worked until like 11:30, and obviously that's not a good kind of sleeping pattern. That's just an excuse though, obviously, but it's a legit excuse that I actually have to do. It pays for my bills, it pays for my rent, so I'm pretty much gonna do what they say. I have been in a funk in terms of creative processing and in just general life. Not really ashamed of it, not really mad at myself. I kind of gotta go with the flow. However, when it comes to the plot, I have reached a very important benchmark in terms of where it's going and where it is. It's halfway to the halfway point. Not even, it's more than halfway to the halfway point. But it's a very important part of the novel and a very important mark in the novel's plot and ultimately its outline. So I'm pretty excited about that, and I'm pretty chill about how it's going and how I'm pacing. I'm pretty excited about that. I've reached a very important benchmark, and that's pretty cool within the first month. Something I'm going to be talking about every month is just favorites, things that I really enjoyed and that really helped me get through the month. I'm not a beauty guru, so I'm not natural at this favorites talking, but still. So I read one book this month, and that book was A List of Cages by Robin Rowe. I really enjoyed it. A boy named Adam, who's in his senior year of high school, meets up with his old foster brother, who's in his freshman year of high school, and basically things go down, and it's a really sweet story, and this author did a very good job of just depicting a lot of the things that are very hard to depict in the novel. But Robin Rowe, A List of Cages is a book you should definitely check out. So this next part is goal setting and just basic things that I want to set for the month of March. I tried doing the quarterly goal thing, but that's a little bit too big of a perspective for me as someone trying to get over some serious stuff that happens. So I'm going down to little things. I'm going down to a monthly goal aspect for now and looking into just the weekly goal things every week. But hopefully by the end of this first quarter of the year, I can look into possibly dabbling into quarterly goals. But for now, I'm doing monthly goals, and the goals of March are pretty simple. Not easy to say, but pretty simple. We're going to start off with my writing goals. My first writing goal of March is to reach the 80K mark. If you watch my video, 85K90, it is definitely something I still am trying to stay on track with. Obviously, February, I filmed that video with the prospect in mind that I was doing a very good job, and I was able to just get this month done and hopefully get kind of more than halfway through my book. Obviously, that didn't work, but I'm still working on that. I'm still going to be using March as a way to just catch up and hopefully not have to use April as catch-up month or anything, but we'll see what happens. I'm cutting down 5K just because I think that's a little bit too much for my story right now. I'm possibly be adding more as I go through editing processes and stuff like that. But I'm hoping to reach the 80K mark by the end of March. And that's a pretty high goal if you ask me, just because I'm only at 21,000 words. That means about 59,000 words to go in this month of March. So I'm rounding it up to 60K. So I have to write 60K by the end of March. I did all the math and everything, and these are the numbers that I have to do. And these are the monthly goals as well for the rest of my writing goals. So in order to reach the 80K mark and to write 60,000 words within this month of March, I must write 15,000 words a week. And that comes down to a daily goal of 2,143 words a day. That's going with the fact that I'm going to write every single day of the month. That's not going to be true since within 1 week I work 7 days a week, so it's not going to happen. But I'm still going to hopefully get through it and write enough words by the end of March to at least reach the end of my story. High goal. It's definitely something that is going to be challenging, but I think I need a challenge to kind of get me out of my creative slump. So those are the writing goals for the month of March. It's not really a lot of writing goals right now, just because obviously right now my main focus is writing the novel and the deadline's coming up. With that being said, I want to move on to productive goals. This means things that have to do with writing and the TK Collins series, as well as just general life goals, I guess you could say. So with that being said, I'm going to start off with the first goal, and that is plan ahead. So obviously when I went into February, I was not anticipating that I'd be working a lot of shifts and that I'd be pulling a lot of hours and so on and so forth. I wasn't expecting that, so I fell behind in writing and school. And then, so when I fell behind school, obviously that's a little bit more important than writing when it comes to me prioritizing in the month. So I had to work and I had to do schoolwork afterwards. Schoolwork was my main priority just because that goes on my grades, obviously that goes on my GPA, and that is determining a lot of what I can get accomplished in terms of what I'm trying to get my bachelor's in. So far March is turning out to be a busy month as well in terms of working. I have a particular week, like I said, that I work 7 days a week. That whole week I work 7 days, I believe. And it is definitely going to be a challenge to try and write within that week, so my goal was to plan ahead. I have to plan ahead in terms of writing. So the week before, maybe I sit down and make it a double day. I don't know. I'm figuring out that plan as I go. Obviously, I'm going to have it planned out beforehand. I'm not going to leave it till the week before to try to figure out what I'm going to do. But that is my main goal in terms of the month. It's going to be a challenge to be able to do things and be able to plan ahead, just because my life is my life is unpredictable. My second goal for the month of March is to set aside 3 days of the month that is going to be the King's Capture Day, which it basically means I'm going to be writing King's Capture all day, nothing else. Usually King's Capture Day means I'm promoting, researching, or doing anything else that has to do with King's Capture, but with me trying to hit an 80K goal, I'm going to be just writing, no promoting, nothing like that. I'm going to only be writing for those days. And I said 3 within the month, which is almost 1 every week. But I set 3 within the month of March just because it's going to be difficult trying to fit the King's Capture Day within that week. I have to work the excessive amount of hours. I have already planned which days are going to be the King's Capture Day. However, I have not planned the schedule because I need to live by a schedule on those days. I have not planned that yet. So those are the basic goals of March, and that was my wrap up for February. Before I let you guys go, I do have a snippet of my book, a little tiny paragraph of what I'm writing. His mornings were the most challenging. In his dreams were images of leveled villages, houses torn to the ground, trees bent so far back, their trunks cracked with sharp tips, a fatal weapon waiting to be used. And any hope for saving land was gone as the ground was slipped beneath his feet. There were voices but no individuals in sight, and the worst of all, there were the sounds. Any other individual would have thought of heavy machinery, but he knew it was war. That's all I'm giving. We'll say that was from the perspective of the main character, James, but that is basically something that he's really challenging with in the book, at the beginning of the book. I'm looking forward into kind of getting into that part of his story and everything, but I do have a lot of links down below that you can follow in terms of my social media, my Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and so on and so forth. If you want to tweet at me, you can. I always try to answer. I have no life. Let's say that. I always answer anyways. I love to hear from you guys, and be sure to subscribe as well as share the videos with your peeps. And with that being said, I'm going to let you guys go again. See you in my next video. Bye.